talk about the V-check model again before we try to implement simulation. So this one is a bit more fun because we have to do more than one particles. We're dealing with binding of particles, okay? So we can do a single particle. That's first thing. Let's think about the equations again that we talked about previously, just to recap. Okay, so essentially particles, they're following active Brownian, but we've turned off the translation Brownian motion, and their angles are trying to align with the neighbors. So if we discretize our position vector, then what we have is the speed times qi times delta t. Okay, that's all there is for each particle. Then qi is cosine phi I, sine phi I, right? So you have this equation for every particle now. And the question is, I'm at state I, or at time I want to march forward to I plus 1, right? So what we thought is we want to average over my neighbors. And the question is, how do we do that? We can't just average the angle phi, okay? We have to average the vector. So that's one thing to look out for when you implement the code, because you just add up the angles and do the average. And that's the wrong representation. You are trying to follow the average direction, okay? So that's one thing you look out for. So say you have a particle here. And then the other thing you want to do is you define your radius, say interaction or alignment radius. Let's call that R naught. So for each particle in your system, you want to go around all other particles and check their relative distance relative to you. And if that distance is within the radius R naught, you include that as one of the orientations that you want to average, okay? So you first figure out what are all the neighbors near me at this circle. You add up the orientation vector of all of these guys. They divide by the number of guys in the neighborhood, right? That's the average. And then that is your average vector that you will follow. But then you want to get back the angle from that, because you're evolving the angle. And to get back the angle from a vector, you take the tangent, inverse tangent of qy over qx, okay? On top of that, okay, so I'm gonna just write that down here. So you're doing an average such that xi minus xj is less than or equal to the interaction radius, but you also add, once you've done the average, you have the q already. For the next step, you just add a little random kick, as you had before, times the, okay? And notice that even though the notation looks like I'm averaging with the angles, you can't do that, okay? You have to average it with the vector, then get back the angle. That's the first thing. There's a second thing you need to look out for. So we're not doing this in free space. What we normally do is we draw a simulation box, say a rectangular simulation box. For example, minus, I guess in the note that I sent is a minus, yeah. So it's 0 to L, say in this direction, right? 0 to L. In Y as well, it's a square. But if you have a particle here, swimming, you can get out of the box. What should we do then? Yes. We want to wrap it back into the box. So has anyone done that before? So want to do periodic boundary condition to move them back, okay? Which means also, okay, suppose you're here currently, and you moved out, okay? You're trying to compute, maybe another guy has moved out. You compute your distance between these particles. You want to also wrap that distance to be within the box. So that's your true neighbor, okay? And then you're ready for the simulation. Any questions about these ideas?
If X or Y element is minus
Correct. So you want to wrap them back. And then we can do one particles. I've sent a note. Did you share the?
Yes,
Okay, so there's a little more description in the note, but this is essentially it. And then we want to try to simulate their flocking behavior. So that once you implement the simulation, so this one is a bit more tricky, take your time. One thing you can look at is so imagine if there's flocking behavior happening, which means overall in the system, there must be some kind of alignment, right? So if you add up all the orientation vectors in the system, all the Qs, then divide by the total number. If it's fully random, what do you get?
I think it is
A zero vector. If there's some sort of alignment, you should be non-zero. So you add up all the Qs, so that's the global. I'll just write down the mathematical formula. Sum over I from 1 to n. That's the total number of particles, right? They're each of their own rotation vector. From that, you get a vector out of it. If you divide by n, that's the average Q, right? In a system, yes? So what you can plot is you can plot the magnitude of this average Q. So we can plot this. So this will be the global orientational order. And you can imagine, we can plot this over time, for example. Suppose initially you start with randomly arranged orientations, so Q should be 0. Because I've taken the magnitude, it's always positive. If it's fully aligned, that should be 1, right? But in the real system, it should be fluctuating between these two extreme values. And how much you get, how large this is, determines how much global order there is in the system. So that's a system order parameter that we can look at in this case. Okay, any questions?
Yep. Like keeping hard.
Good, that's good. Okay, so let's try to implement this one, okay? We don't have to finish today, but we can pick up tomorrow for a bit as well. So that's all I have to say, all right?
Yeah. What's the thing to hypothetically approach them with the tissues what factors can good that's
And I also bring online implementations of this. You can also look at it if you want, but try to implement it first.
so it is better look at the in cap.
Yeah.
So in the equation they say essentially we can say for now but it's
I don't have reflections.
what else heated. Do it is where they're not used.
The Russian system of the key. Yeah, organization wise, there is size division. We have the luxury, but the national government is because
You got to be provocating.
yeah.
You got to be so after that so they need every other subject. They can return to the vendors and
Yeah.
very high to the chip. Unfortunately, that guy is a lot of things rather than going to see. But there's many message in like something.
Yeah, that's what the idea of
Just get a little down.
Yeah.
Right, so that they
So there is also like something that goes up like this.
something goes on.
Like in like elevation over here, right? But we
That message is not needed to
yeah, that is necessary. Yes.
some by the count is a bad which is so the centimeter order and also specify the definition. So that's something known to but
so the
yeah.
condition is not being built at this summit. But it's supposed to be in parts of this.
Oh, we don't have to do this is just a small we want to do is liberties have zero yeah. Some G that's same point to stay.
Yes, we're pursuing some stethoscope like this is only the direction out there at yes.
Yeah, the layers
You know,
that's in follow the layers.
test and something.
Yeah.
She's done those. With French, probably to be to with first sentence, yeah. maybe sit in the stove for your kids and that worked, but then I sit in there, that makes the job too. It was a great cheap regardless with it, so he ate this thing to be away, it's one thing like a house you can take into ship. Which is that we do something, it should sound like, yeah, but it's great. Maybe it's actually it's good and it's impossible. It's a he not waste I will get it to do that. I make the way break up the street. He was that he's getting that. The what's continue to be this was a look at the more king and the kitchen so bad the ones have the help the brains to look. Advertise what it is and what it is also the other to do. Imagine you have in Japan, in Chile, they got the first capacitance of lines. Yes, there are few parts. Whereas by the spice of our state and some short patches, they die, but to the sake to the needs for the community side, you don't because it develops years and there's a best power that's what people think. Well, the we don't make the cycle to down to me and we see them come up. The large shit through the teaching societies and the steam level. They think that is a little bit like nature. All this guys that can straight to record the rates in that go getting some value to the it's like them. We will be seeing this sort of last to be the other presenting. Hamilton goes keywords and just like how can some that this is working. There's back when the most time for it is one of this. If he doesn't process and when the fact you need to do, but our issue. Break. Ticket on the kitchen. Up one street corner to just 5 years down the road without different when we're doing this. No, I mean, it's already personal. That's not like that. We just talk to each other. We don't wait. There reports. We just made it up. Yeah, just hope it's about you. Take me to the meeting. You can just keep us more there. It's kind of like that with this meeting. Covered average. What Jenna was doing the national affairs. It's obvious. You know, it's really huge. People are really speech and next to them, probably cigarette safe to the farm bakes who at taste this for a comic for stuff should be bad. Additionally, people should be like using that niche without having to be blind thing always would be would be doing how it could. I still that's a feel about me, but I did one thing with the beginner, but they just don't come on you see. Should we so it's good. Should we so? Yep. So from body cannot regret you have to say the things. And some of us here. We don't the family should this is last when you get some this very injection. Yeah, yes, and as the video as we see, it's like it is. I do not have this is I think it is. Like total second right guys. First, but this is the part of trying to do this best. Just to back the style and the all that I know how to make it and other absolutely this section look at the to zoom and key and the oil has to get on risk say so then keep me also there on the who's better to one if it ain't done that's sure that we should not way I start to plan just start me like if it's and then it's a good case absolutely you should know this later. Anything else about the orders that this is good time but for sure this too here but this slide will yes had it the church side of I know it's value that parts yeah and it's giving you covering so that's that it's good thing yeah so eating out yeah it was everything right now this is what I've done because it's just a bit of CTI thing was like that and there's what we it's excited I know she's without her for just very much because we can do this right so I'm sure after you into the other so in every fighting with this that I'm going to try the type of society will wait so we say if I go to the bonds yeah actually we are saying after one we and some material one part of the game in the considering how well you the city is empty fast we can swing well hit some that should be so I just might be this is empty this thing not they're visible catching is a little smart model.
Yes, there we should language. And the same
one of the big agile and you have some of the elements in our plans to every strong and structure words. It's
Okay, and after 10 minutes,
so this
here to the way right selfless narration. The other one is a concept ready. Updated why it's already 10.
looks to
yeah, usually it's already the boss. Usually it's the boss. You update family operation. After that, you update next by a thought. You update it, you scared whether someone result of the boss, then you look the back.
The primary act was in like you needs what I realized it's cardiac was because I need break 70 days. That is
I did say it's fine. That's better than the previous time step, right? Yeah. You can update X first because you have to figure out Q first before you update X because the angles are changing by aligning with the neighbors, right? So that will be a new angle.
okay.
But I guess the point is when you update this, you're still taking the old angles.
Yeah.
It's just then after you can do them. Which one first doesn't matter because this is at the next time step, right? Because the next time step, this new one will be reflected here. Yeah. So that's fine. Yeah.
actually it's his
Yeah.
these things to think about. So that's true. Yeah, it's good message. I say just you clear that to be a big level. The way they can feature think it. Each second we certainly but no child can do it let me up. The carving will make it should not be yeah, I it's to is then is a communication. Cancel it user. Let's see. We got very good. This is where I'm so it's thought. What's happening here? But I'm getting and I really beggars. Look, see you. And I agree with the police. Look, see you. If I was shooting you, it's not down in a loss. If I don't do this, like, and we're still this way. This is working so that this will be surrounding next lies.
Yeah, this is one on one.
Yeah, we had a pretty Russian shake too. Just
And this is how I'm really spoken
and this average lies to me. And it was cool.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, so just for each particle, you have to first find
like anywhere super.
get the average, we do better the next particle. But for each particle, we look over all others.
That is this.
No, I get the others.
Civilians.
Yeah, so that constantly performing just taking out
Yeah.
Taylor's division.
That's funny. It's pretty good. Exactly. I'm saying.
So first of all, you were trying, so you would be
I didn't know.
Yeah,
And that's not an easy to get.
it's getting on level. The message that is fighting it more fighting it. Even the first year, I not since we were
Well, actually, we are different. Theater.
there is one
So, really, for you, someone.
harness like
You already said for each particle as well.
police.
Why we are but if there's a big spirit there, a difficult that's what we were died. Again,
Clean this
and
coming.
then for it's like the big there's the years
Then what else?
And so,
unexpected
thoughts,
these names.
The map with this
come again.
it does again. It stands on and what
That's time.
and years.
You can show them why I survey something
Why? What they mentioned.
the skill costing method.
But that's actually the reason. So being college or competitive.
Better. I like mine out of it's actually what.
I'm still at the report at your system. What's the whatever
It's just the big people soon after this thing you got to see that in the guys to get in the question.
But part when she go be fresh to it.
Get in the explore but it does.
She can understand.
That's not us do that with parts of the name of it. This way, the dust is doing it when you're right there, steadily, I'm going to sprout it, but take back some of the other shit. I did this without shaking. But what I need is it's fun. But at least we are that we got one. We all jump. Big consistently make results. Music. You think. But that's good. Then, sleep for 8 years. And with the break,
With the Japanese saying
and this week, and it's like, it's really the word of make the solution. Shut that up, too. This thing, you get it, here's There's no teacher. If we try, but that's what the this it's a this and speak out into this legend
Later, of the good.
like in that community of the person. Even so, I said we right wrong. Which you got a little bit. Drama fruit. Single swing the increase well. TV so yeah, again. Wait, there's an expect from this thing.
Also, my head, we
Let me see me by the position.
it's really, really was that way never is really, you will be into a back and have to take the bed and use it.
Yes, babe.
Can you do it?
Look at your witness.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You know, you just speak and you need to go singing, singing crazy. I don't know, do you think
You look
to the channel defines of the needs to be quite resistant to these and
about this, but it's in addition to the church thing too. In some person that it's actually blurred. It's I was so that then it's the time I see the movie I think of the bench because the pain we can so we are making it who want to skills. Oh yes. Yes. What up? This is some internet environment discipline that are very big things.
there's
And the start is
little connectivities and therefore it's
exponential.
it's still not taking contributed.
It is very good. Then get 10 to it, but you said that we actually do this and back. It's pretty.
What's a funny?
Yes,
I buy the
the job in that. And this time, it was pretty simple that we said the people that want to less, but
even
he saw we can store. She could talk to see into the
and for
and that facility and was well
and
with red, you know, to the
we share these two
idiots to the found something
even had
and to look at with the birds
thing that happens here and see it
Tim
in
but these should be to wake up with it. Then it is these eddies once he went to his cot. You see, it's not
like then
that he would come up with 10 weeks. There was now doing the actually well, you know, here. And it is this kind of in this. You do good. What is anything in the two? We talk vaccines and we get stolen because what's not in that is also not out. We think any that the fighting is just a bit.
what do you want to do
So little 2 weeks away. But it's only a big story. Really, it's right. It's working to prevent so it's
we need help
it was some playing physical with the time. And you they have the time season.
healing
Mr. He said that the one he does with the report. Like it.
in what change and
But you see some comparison that in that was good. It didn't just we will do this is this
thought gas fees to the tech instead. Is we put that at least no balance sheets and say that says into market into as one this thing for the country. Especially it's more okay. Into this we keep the support you think each other is getting turns back into what is it into on the back of what to back to the things that you know you can get you like that to this which would I'll keep the jakes you know the art then you got to check I mean I don't understand that to really working that until like when it's not that it's how the difference there's a little issue we was keeping a that's very difficult so when you know that's is that's the case that's what's the decisions just a look into friends how things going to do with you know so we too stop it's that with someone like hey so usually like this good yeah but it's you know they find in the adapted see the stick thank you for I think do that I was doing that's great you can talk I noticed indeed that that's how people any time to see you and yeah it came it had to well just don't see what and to you see that the new coalition that is a lot of things that happen to you what they said is yes we to 18 which was it so listen to and I think it's where it's a take things like that spouse gives to see if then that's yes so that is in the butterfly so it's wrong the way looking to begin to which is what you guys not saving in the history of its history just on the other day what whereas but I saw it in the this book but the business that it's but it lost always that's how this is the initial which is that my van for the do is what that man yeah pattern it's a initial piece which begins with it's just the bush it's the boys the movies that I think well there as some mental wisdom service so this back here the data and the number of parties very multiple events just when the mom and Western yes I don't want to go to the next say that it's been probably this what you get it's well relation and stuff future so you make then I guess yeah I'm just anyone who's telling about things that is a is it's good so yeah
Until that what purpose. In time you things to that would have done the because I fight after the return. How do I do and see with the chin? And then by the people, the second little people. And it's the top of the how she this go they get in turn with the chin. Guys in the tree. And then she that's you can and it tells you. But it's what how she can do use this to and try to use to which part users did not the name as an the actual make customers which what sometimes when it's doing for check but when it's the other day yes then but you just need wait they do that's so because when so two which that you like a two thing if it did things he's gone that's wicked do thanks to living they do come out of that does it's also for if it is that it is a big question it's way we get it's why is your there's was meaning it's really the sweet people that it is good for come Jesus that you pretty much with these two religion culture and we should see so ancestry religion he comes them goes to the very good you have to do it then not you is that's maybe they didn't get through is you know it's later in the week from these weeks meaning but some is it affect to the these meaning is your getting to and they can let you go inside trade probably some healing so that's the this what continuing the times went then it's a day time what did you think they get a rich or the thing when the team you have to get a lunch I mean how anyways that's the you don't need it cut you it's home but I told you get so good it's like that's good when you think it even the shit you don't need to take that was you knew what they said don't but that's what I said you should so bad isn't it so late when you somewhere she yes some she is so cute you didn't just what speaking this way yeah they whatever those was she asked me what is the rest of the shit from actually okay that's but today it's a fact it's really happening but they say it's the first I see can be which you want but the great thing
like Joe that you need. Basically, type in taking it. But not sure what not right. Yeah. Did you things working people should get me together? Take it. Then do so long to get me to try to continue to work through him. Template. I that's a y'all. Look. And good for you. And those were obviously good into passion. Oh, things that for this going. Thank you. Can't make me decisions to what if that's you do? Sure. I mean, that's things that essentially is like because this how did it really teach together? They got who got this stick in it this this making the biggest so that you could do that. It's YouTube. Then they figure out is it should have entirely this is this. I'm talking so it's got to make respect of people is do it from there's good please see it. Well, yeah, I make it. Yep. Reality. Yeah. The two then behind two goals. But 20. Yes. You see it. The same videos with it. To can well take that and get it away. It's just be done. They did who get to give it people as you watch it. Listen, it's amazing. Look at this. And this was how just special. We put I think you so you know to the I guess you buy see that you that's your put your phone back but it's I mean I didn't just because they but so so we did this work is a little bit started and just open. I spent pretty on the surface of something in Java got happy on it. Oh no. Okay. Pretty sure. Him, right, anything with the same time of the to yeah, just two dolls and stealing the waves me. So that busy bit to shooting it was with the idea of words. So I mean speaking that's the like Cincinnati. And it's until least you were saying is it related to the sentiment leading to us. That's the end of the let's just do instruments and who play it instead that and it's like an pointing. The egg that is a result of the sugar is great, but let me take
there's something that it just feels that man. We would speak with the team, and she can say people us. What it's much you can't use she will do all like to think what some time script needs to this so to play to that's an endless that's not you can change this a little bit but it's good. But most cheap that was to be cheap but then which like was gammon very which all things like aliens it's just it's a big time it's then opportunity because if the lot is because the polished work was new and it's that name that's a good set. It's good. Tap into the short. I shouldn't do it. That's like everybody we just sticky and rest. I have released it. So I just got them as for any see that and the non just seeing it cheap I will please. That is not in the smaller actor. Because it's good doing that's what we think. Yeah, that's why I'm doing that. Is see the man of the force factorized operations or don't but it's all considered only issue with your access to the nationalities. In terms of and women are on the status for when you soon told you 1 hour exam to rush the baskets stuff one message is about that is on is reminding this example because those unfortunately not taking time with those did give us this the next that we decide to live in eggs and you want to get action pulled out and since and carry these let's share a snake she was really good to tonight and he need us we don't have to good that's let's say I don't need to really get you the there's oh yeah and I do is he shut down really welcome for what's that he suggested and I said just about so I need to know you the sign and we should have said on this fighting really and it's correct yeah you're going on a video yes so yeah idea was identify body of these fighting geniuses like formulation authors just shouted and forget about it stickers just say you're saying this no to them yeah you know lead in my body picture yeah so to take a bit of time later it's got about it's magical see there is like this goal so I have to get my I see the sun now this is me too but I usually something yeah let's see wait setting like a whole nothing is that about for example is super high computer and I think this is that's a game form it's basically that and we just ask my website there but there now that all that was new also so everybody that I told Tom this is just QX in the better is that what I'm saying this half food items yeah I believe the grind because I'm certainly but I think I'm not sure they'll find that out and yes this shape I have this one is actually wait part of the match yeah yes so they actually look at all of that yeah why I see that doing any you're back yes yes after I didn't go to minus what yeah and so the pop was nice stuff maybe it discusses I had with that first class afterwards. I think you can add it is a workshop. The things from
That's a question. Can we sound on the limit needs on the maths?
I think one of the areas I did, they did just secure. The 4D was just only 12 and 5 was what they it's way but yeah, so I just
That. So this is fine.
with this and what should I do?
My shots. For this thing that I'm working on, for you, that's going to be my challenge.
The point was the photos and report.
Yes, yes. So I can that's the
Which it is so.
this part.
Can you take me to bus like the mentor?
The point is especially that I don't mean fine, that's not the point of that.
Let's see if they have that's the they can that's was with it the same way that he had to copy this with what so I spent 2 weeks teaching yet that's all yeah so I'm doing so take what I did to Asian say it again maybe with the top time realize it's not this but to have to take the listen hey look so I'm taking the thing of that and this week this meeting
Colorado is so you're saying you or
yeah when that part
we can have like
see
we can have a there's like thing. Yeah, and we're just saying the water happening.
so
Then I saw that it will go I think.
oh it's a ways
We're gonna have to camera go but the screen doesn't work.
in he was trying to do it very simple but and then I one of those what I did the next thing that we just yeah this is like we're showing the multiple different kind of shapes that they are really
So we've said that depending on the vision is scales. Oh yeah, that is one trick
fish
for the past.
yes
But you said that if I can do this, I can do that. Yeah. The how you're last yes.
but the man is good
But it's done. My ability to work. Yes. And the place work average. It's thinking for everyone. Yeah. It's there was function look at
spread I had which is last sick those for
and to be as sit down with yes.
that to bass Richard I can eat
Well, that's not necessary. It's a real good starting in gloss. But I have the did all in on the other last of the show. Yes, and the easy to see the words of
let's shoot up just send your birthday so
fine.
the school days like go up it's not I'm sure and the festival did this day it's what do you buy so no don't you put it so basically used to let this to we play this game of dimension this will be with time it's already equally chip on the cloud and stuff is it's not just about the same this is the thing the production of what the lesser good man look he's practically yes so I think it's the right to get but this is very late of the so it's good at the virgin button so there is how we us go over to customer you know so
It's better than the hack. It's
when you also there's like this all
well, that's like people they can see.
so
See, I already hear
okay
I'm using the accessing stuff.
yes I've got
So now for the little dogs.
so that
And I like that in the back.
the all the rules that I was telling you about the head is that
Because this is when we go this around my kid. So it will be just a one language, you know.
get it right
So saying one of the sisters, you have different times. This is different like one of these guys are different but
some of them I think agent too
there were some
hundreds what wish I
I don't need photo. Something the parking. Yes, so there's something you found them. There's something you found it. It's not all of them some people all right.
just that
And it's so much everyone yeah, we don't do it wrong.
it's like
Was it unbearable? This is exact same person and she asked to one of
and they still up this make that's that that is really much any it's yeah it's not hey they believe so what does you do so you don't eat mangoes in this stuff because this anything tonight she went there soon as you don't see tell me what it she's with it. But I'm pushing down. Yeah, getting the so it's in go take the the one that maybe this school comes then picture catch up in just otherwise everything here the big to outside. That's a good free and right. That's maybe distance this to return to and first function the city solves the right things are getting more. Maybe needs to do the way to work and pays the peace and get that's it. And spend to trying to define the time and free all the sea and go. That's been things. Their cities was to turn to down deal with that thought. I think it's like chamber accident. Well, it's good. Say for everybody with the things who wants to know. Yeah, it's just weird. Not out. Look.
Be real nation. You document the nation when you live and the pipes.
Yes, we have related.
So you would also collect these network lists.
Yeah. But it's calculate like how we did the ring was look with we calculate the things that we need.
Go ahead.
Like we have still not since I want to do some rock could be that reduced it. Let's do complete this thing.
Because you don't get it, you don't.
Yeah, you think.
Don't apply the time that
Yes, quite very good.
Yes.
Not
To this. To
some of the peers the way it was of it. See, shoot action.
Chin thing.
And
With it. Yeah.
which would swim squared. Yeah, so about
So if that's not this, then I'll get it. This
yeah, they've not on the touch.
is something like you as something good.
Obviously, said
The like it shows that you was taking several people because it is essentially this way is now for 10 minutes for this. Then you go so
okay.
so
what I see.
that tends to be better at it and that's how the as soon as you
Well,
we just
let's see time. Yeah, like you rather season. Here's the one. Here's one I mean.
the process says it's only one that
It depends on your need.
so anyway.
But that's rank N.
Yes,
So you realize you started more particles at the same location.
so what
happens is they're always finding
so what happened with
just randomly off systems to their spread out.
when I was not introduced the figure word was
So yeah, that's really sad. So because you started all of them at the same location, then they're already flat in maximum. So they're like one particle moving together. That's why well, at least your order parameter is 1, which is what we expect for this state, right? Because you're all started at the same location. Yeah.
I can check it.
Yeah.
Whatever they'll
Yeah. Yeah.
if you this will take years that
Why?
there is another if loop inside this for loop.
So why do you need another one?
Another if loop I need another if right for boundary relations.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I can shake most of the dice at the same time. Now
What is it? What is this? Oh, okay. So you're doing okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
price. That goes to the gains. So I just wanted to mind the same point.
But
Yes, this according to
this logic here is wrong, right? Because x and y not necessarily escape at the same time.
so I have to check it all. Otherwise, oh, this is you are saying.
You're saying that
Both of them are red.
both of them are out and then you move, but it can be the case that one is out, the other is not. So you can't do them at the same time.
To say is
So there's 4, right? If x is larger than the L and x less than 0,
yeah,
yes. Yep. The other thing is, I guess you don't care about the equal sign, right?
yes.
Well,
Single. Thing. The children line. Stops.
less than 0.
Huh? What? Which? Yes.
Into 0 to L, that's the box. Yep. Guess we're running out of time already, so we'll probably have to come back tomorrow for this.
You do well with that. The balls that shockingly good point. So speak up the side too. I sent the worm to do something that kind of like the thing. The chop lines in us. Bricks. Lucky data. But well, listen, to something like but this is very thing, but something like
Sure.
then this needs to be random 0 to N, right?
Yeah, because you started them at the same location. This is from 0 to 1, right? So, or not really, but close to 0. So it's random.uniform. There's a function np.random.uniform. Then 0 to L. And that will be spread out. And then n, right? Delta and n of them. 0 to L is the range of the random numbers, but you have n of these guys.
Also, what's it?
Yep.
Others, if the water goes, you guys getting it still is and book this. Oh,
The angles are
yes,
not. Yeah.
2 by right.
Sure. Yes. Yeah.
But we can also keep them like as it is.
Yeah. No, but you don't want them already aligned, right? Yeah.
I guess it's 0 to pi better.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yes, you're right. All of them starts from 1.
Yeah. You already aligned them, so they're already maximum total order, maximum order already.
This is bit. Because 0 to 2 pi. They were stripping things that equals to 1.
L equals to 1 is too small. Maybe 10. Because L1, they're all going to be at one spot. So here is again 1.
So this is better. Let's see. Then, all the top. But, see, I put it low.
I think we're done with our session today. Sorry, 47.
This taking every time this thing.
Yes.
We'll try to write this in Julia. I think that will be faster.
Yeah. Or you don't want to iterate over the arrays. You just use the vector or broadcasted.
It's like easy way to do it, right?
Yeah.
The loop, I understand the loop.
Yes.
Traditionally, to this concept should add a bit harder for.
I think we'll stop here.
Whether this thing stops, I don't know if this thing will stop.
So you'll send